And we'll be giving you the starting lineup for their 20-lap feature go. Beautiful looking race cars. Some of the color schemes and paint jobs you might recognize. That number 20 driven by Brad Litzenberger out of Romulus, New York. Looks pretty much identical to a car that Northeast Hall of Famer Brent Hearn would have driven. Joe August in the number 9. That car obviously looks exactly like the colors that Bob McCready drove for a number of seasons. That ride, of course, built by Hugh Naylor back in the 70s, and this is just a replica of it, but still looks fantastic. We'll be given the starting lineup in just a few moments as the rest of the field rolls on out. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're just about set to get this underway, and we'll give you the starting lineup here right away. So, the starting lineup for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. 17 cars strong, ready to go. Slated to go in spot number 17 out of Kingston, Ontario. He is not able to make the show here tonight, but he did make the trip here to Can-Am. Want to welcome the 40th Tim Hegarty. Starting in position number 16 in car number 5 on the outside of row number 8, that is Ace Prentice. Scheduled to go inside row number 8 was Greg Hale out of Napanee, but he has Chris Hale, but he is scratched for the night. Next row inside, scheduled to go row number 7 in car number 77. He is a fan favorite around here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcoming back Mark Barker. Starting in spot number 13 in car number 44 to New Milford, Pennsylvania, this is Wesley Harris. Starting in spot number 12 out of Lyons, New York, in car number 66, that's Tom Church. Inside row number 6 out of Port Lyden, New York, in car number 3, it's Mike Fairbanks. Starting in the outside row number 5 in car number 9, he's out of Bridgeport, New York, that is Joe August Jr. Starting in spot number 9 out of North Augusta, Ontario, Canada, in car number 19, it's Megan Ciglich. Row number 4 out of Naples, Florida, car number 11X, this is Bill Leonard. From Rotterdam Junction, New York, in car number 71, starting in spot number 7, it's Dave Karl. Now up to the next 6 positions. In spot number 6, he's out of Kingston, Ontario, Canada, in car number 17 IG, that's Ian Gordon. And on the inside of row number 3 from Quebec, in car number 37X, that's Alain Tremblay. Starting in the outside row number 2 in the Brent Hearn lookalike car number 20 machine, he's out of Romulus, New York, that is Brad Litzenberger. On the inside of row number 2 from Ransomville, in car number 11, that is veteran Jipp Ortiz. And now your front row from Kingston, Ontario, Canada, driving the John Stanley Tribute, car number 2, former modified and sportsman campaigner, that is Aaron Pugh. And on the pole, from Hastings, New York, in car number 51, your pole sitter tonight, how about it for Rich Townsend? There you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the field for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. And we need to send these drivers on their way, but first we need to get them cranked up. I need your help, ladies and gentlemen. How about we join them in the most famous words in all of motorsports? Drivers, start your engine! see as the field makes their way through turn number 3 and 4, you see the number 9, driven by Joe August. Those colors campaigned by our dear friend, the late Barefoot Bob McCready. He'll lead this field around under the pace laps as a tribute to one of the best race car drivers, not just the North Country has ever seen, but the world has ever seen. Our tribute to Barefoot Bob in the number 9. White flag will be displayed, 20 laps for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. It starts right now, as it will be Rich Townsend up on the pole. Outside will be Aaron Pugh out of Kingston in the number 2 machine. Laps. Here we go.
All Canada. Huh?
Well, I'm not sure what that.
K&M Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group will head to the safe haven of the pits over in turn number 3 and 4. Rich Townsend and Aaron Pugh on the front row. Jipp Ortiz, Brad Litzenberger in row number 2. Alain Tremblay, Ian Gordon, row 3. Dave Karl, Bill Leonard, row 4. Megan Ciglich, Joe August Jr. The top 10. The Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour is green. Aaron Pugh jumps out into the lead. Great start for Aaron Pugh down the back straightaway. He'll lead the way into turn number 3 and 4. 51 of Townsend there for the 2 spot. Ortiz into 3rd. Watch Ian Gordon. He's trying that inside lane, looking for running room on Litzenberger down the front straightaway. As they complete lap number 1, it is Aaron Pugh in control of it, however. Looking back through the field, battle is on for the number 5, 6, and 7 spot. Litzenberger has the 5 spot right now. The 11 of Bill Leonard running back their position. Number 6, August, has a pretty good straightaway speed in that race car, trying to get it handling better through the corners as they come back down to the line at lap number 2. 2 laps down, and it is the number 2 of Aaron Pugh in control of the field, working it down the back straightaway. Healthy advantage right now, about 10 car lengths over Rich Townsend, the 51. These 2 drivers were the strongest in their qualifying heat races, won them both going away, and right now Aaron Pugh appears to be the strongest car on the racetrack. That number 2 machine won a lot of races with the late John Stanley behind the wheel. And right now, Aaron Pugh making it look good. Down into turn number 3 and 4. He knows that John Stanley is upstairs watching him right now. Very proud of what he's accomplished here tonight. Problems with the 44 of Wesley Harris. Smoking car now. He'll bring it up to the top side of the racetrack. And now he brings it right in a racing groove right in front of Rich Townsend as they work it into turn number 1 and 2 and down the back straightaway. Ian Gordon has jumped it up to spot number 3. Jipp Ortiz still there for 4th. The 20 of Brad Litzenberger continues to complete the top 5 as we'll keep our eye on the Harris number 44 moving very slowly into corner number 3 right now. He's trying to get it to pit road as the field is starting to space themselves out around this speedway. The 2 of Aaron Pugh in control of it. Rich Townsend doing what he has to do, trying to hold on to 2nd, but he really wants to reel in Aaron Pugh for the race lead, but Aaron showing no signs of letting up. Into turn number 1 and 2, the man out of Kingston, Ontario, Canada, has got quite the healthy advantage right now over Townsend. Lead is still about 10, 12 car lengths, or about a straightaway or so. As they head up into turn number 3 and 4, we have got caution on the racetrack. We got Mark Barker twisted around over there in corner number 4. Yellow lights are on with 6 laps in the books. Mark Barker in the number 77. So if you haven't got 50-50 tickets, there they are right there. Get them now. 50-50 tickets are on sale. Again, we'll be doing the draw just after the modified feature go, the summer starter. For the Whitesboro Plow Shop Dirt Car 358 modifieds, and it looks like Mark Barker may need a bit of a tow truck here. And as my good friend Dan Martin usually says from Albany Saratoga Speedway, going to need the business end of the tow truck for this one, unfortunately for Barker. Mark, a longtime campaigner in the old pure stock division we had here for a number of years. Drove the 100.7 car. His dad competed at the Evans Mills Speedway back when it was first asphalt.
Last call for 50-50.
Track was like an Oreo cookie. Asphalt, dirt, asphalt, dirt, asphalt. Scrape the dirt off. Mark making a return to racing here and coming back to his home track, but unfortunately won't win here tonight. So to be Aaron Pugh on the front row, he'll go from the pole on this next restart. Rich Townsend alongside. Then it's Ian Gordon, Jipp Ortiz, Brad Litzenberger, Bill Leonard, the top 6. 71 of Dave Karl. He's now running in position number 7. 8th is the 66 of Tom Church. 9th is Joe August. Christopher Hale has now made his way back out on the racetrack. He is unofficially 10th. Megan Ciglich, Ace Prentice, and the 3 of Mike Fairbanks will complete it. 6 laps are into this 20-lap contest for the Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour. They'll head over to the Mills on the Blacktop tomorrow. White flag will be displayed this time by from Chief Director of Traffic Control, Mike Leclerc. He'll bring them back to green when they come back around one more time. 2 of the fastest cars all night, Aaron Pugh and Rich Townsend. We'll try to keep that roll going. Ian Gordon's got a fast race car as well. So, Canada Speedway pace truck from Bob Johnson Auto Group will head to the safe haven of the pits. Aaron Pugh and Rich Townsend will lead them back to green. Ian Gordon, Jipp Ortiz, Brad Litzenberger, the top 5. Mike Leclerc looks them over. 6 down, 14 to go. 20 laps is the distance once again. Set for green. Into turn number 3 and 4. Green lights are back on and we're underway. And the 2 fastest cars on the racetrack take it to the top side of the speedway, trying to run away. But here comes Ian Gordon looking for the 2 spot. They head up into turn number 3 and 4. Townsend throws it deep into the corner. Ian Gordon, a little bit more experience around this racetrack, trying to find the way back by as they click off lap number 7 this time by. And Aaron Pugh, Rich Townsend 1 and 2. Looks like Rich Townsend got a little bit better run up off the top of corner number 2. Closing in on Aaron Pugh for the race lead, and these drivers are using every inch of this racetrack. They are way out there on that outside lane as they click off lap number 8, and Townsend overcooks it going into turn number 1. Townsend's way out there. He's got his foot in the throttle. He's trying to bring it back on the racetrack, but he loses a whole bunch of spots just outside the top 10 right now, as Townsend's gonna have to make up some ground in the late going as they come back to the line, 9 down. Aaron Pugh, and we got one around over there. It is Townsend in the 51. And the great night for Richard Townsend has come to a halt over there. It looks like he's got a wheel off over in turn number 4. Yellow lights are on. 9 laps complete.
His tire went on.
Huh?
His tire went.
Oh, yeah.
So Rich Townsend out of Hastings, New York in the number 51. Unfortunate end to his evening here at Can-Am. You'll hopefully get it ready to go for tomorrow night's racing program. Of course, next week we'll be right back here at the Can-Am Speedway, and it is Fan Appreciation Night. Looking forward to that. Bike Safety Night as well. First 200 kids 16 years or younger through the gates will receive a free bike helmet. Regular card racing in all 5 divisions. Whitesboro Plow Shop 358 Modifieds, Bob Johnson Auto Group, Dirt Car Sportsman, Donna's Motorworks Limited Sportsman, Panther Frameworks Crate Sprints, and the Sundance Leisure Thunder Cars as well. All this sponsored by Victims Assistance Center and Child Advocacy Center, Child Fatality Review Team on Washington Street in Watertown. Race time, as always, 7 o'clock right here at Can-Am. And again, if you can't make it here live and in person with us, join us on Dirt Track Digest TV. And you can watch all the racing action from start to finish. So, set to go back under the green flag. Nine laps are complete, 11 to go. Aaron Pugh has led every lap so far. Now he's got some company in the form of Ian Gordon. Both of these drivers, former karting drivers, former karting winners and champions, but right now they're trying to get the best of one another in this Dirt Modified Nostalgia Tour event. Out of the corner, green lights back on, and away we go. As they working through turns 1 and 2, Aaron Pugh with a great restart, pulls away down the back stretch into turn number 3 and 4. Keeping an eye on that number 9 of Joe August. He makes up a bunch of spots in the straightaway, but in the corners he has to really get out of the throttle. But he is working that inside lane really good right now as they come down to the line this time. 10 laps are complete. 20 laps is the scheduled distance right now, and Aaron Pugh making it look easy, but Ian Gordon trying to get up there and challenge them as they come back down to the line this time by 9 laps left to go. 9 more remain. Aaron Pugh in control. Ian Gordon second. Battle is on for the number 3 spot. As the Dave Karl, number 71, closing in on the Brad Litzenberger, number 20 ride. Litzenberger right there in third. Karl is fourth, followed by Jipp Ortiz, completing the top 5. Down to the strike this time by 8 to go for Aaron Pugh. Ian Gordon so far has been able to fend off the 20 of Litzenberger for the number 3 position. Gordon has second. Litzenberger trying to take the second spot away, but the 71 of Dave Karl back there in spot number 4. Trying to close in on the 2 drivers in front of him. Jipp Ortiz, the veteran, right there in position number 5 as they click off lap 13, 7 to go. And the Kingston, Ontario native shows the way around. Of course, the late John Stanley, former driver of this car, won a lot of races in this machine. And Aaron Pugh knows that, and he's trying to carry on that tradition that John Stanley set here back in the day. They head through 1 and 2 and down the backstretch. Ian Gordon has been able to stabilize that gap between himself and Brad Litzenberger for position number 2. Now Litzenberger is in danger of losing the 3 spot to Dave Karl as they head down into turn number 3 and 4 and back down to the line this time by Ian Gordon, still there in position number 2. Battle is on for third. Brad Litzenberger has the spot. Karl right there with him. Just behind them, a pair of 11s going at it for position number 5 and 6. Bill Leonard down on the inside lane. He'll pick up the 5 spot. The 11X of Ortiz kicked back to 6. Joe August right there with him in 7th. But Aaron Pugh, the class of the field right now, well over a straightaway advantage over the rest of the field as they get down into turn number 3 and 4. Slower cars getting down to that inside lane. Megan Ciglich down there trying to pull out of the way of the leader as Aaron Pugh rockets on by. He'll come back down into turn number 1 with a race lead, getting through the traffic. No problem up front right now as they motor down the backstretch. Aaron Pugh nearly a half a track advantage over the rest of the field. As they make their way into turn number 3 and 4, we'll see the 2 lap flags this time by 2 to go for Aaron Pugh. It's been a dominant performance up to this point. Ian Gordon, not much he can do about it, just has to ride this one out, trying to hold on to the number 2 position, but your leader in corner number 4, white flag in the air for Aaron Pugh. Kingston, Ontario native in the John Stanley tribute. Number 2 machine working it down the back straightaway. Checkered flag is out. Checkered flag is waving this time by. A dominant performance. He leads every lap, wire to wire. Aaron Pugh will bring it down to the line. Checkered in the air. Aaron Pugh gets the victory. Second will be Ian Gordon. Dave Karl will cross in spot number 3. Fourth will be the 20 of Litzenberger, and completing the top 5 is Bill Leonard in car number 11. Victory lane ceremony with Aaron Pugh.